Hey everyone, I just did a talk about real estate and where I see the real estate market going, and I figured I'd move into my other favorite topic, which is cryptocurrency. It just makes sense to discuss that. So, where's crypto going, right? Well, today is March 1st. Up until 2 days ago, crypto was not doing well. It was in a hurting unit. I had crypto that was down, fuck, you know, from their highs, shit, down 60%, right? I mean, Litecoin was at like 480 or something, and it was down 96. So, a lot. So a lot of the crypto was hurting, and it reached some new peaks and was up. Well, it was close to their peaks back in November, and then they trended downward for a few months, and now they're coming up again. So the past 2 days they've been raising really well. Some of them up like 10%, even more right now. So it's really good to see. I'm really excited to see them start moving up again. I think there's a lot of negative stuff around cryptocurrencies. They haven't been around a long time. People are really nervous about them. I understand people's feeling about that, but I do think that it's a good deregularized currency, right? So it's not as easily tracked as all the other money out there. However, they are putting in a lot of things, stipulations, and whatever, so that platforms are charging you based on that. The IRS essentially wants a cut out of your crypto. If you're trading crypto, the IRS wants a cut. Anytime you make money, the IRS wants a cut. That's how it goes. But I saw a decentralized currency. Cryptocurrencies are decentralized. That is great. That means if you need to get around your government, knowing you're doing something, you can. Sure, yes, maybe 0.1% of cryptocurrency users are using it for negative things, right? Illegal things, okay? But the vast majority of us are using it as investment tools, because if you look at history, you can't always trust your government, right? If you are too naive to believe you can trust the government at all times, and you think that they would never do anything bad to you, and you still think that over the last 2 years that remains true, don't watch my channel, because you're not very intelligent. However, if you have thought about that, you have looked at history and know that the whole reason, at least the Constitution was made in the United States, is to protect our rights. And sometimes the government tries to take away rights. And so having a decentralized currency like cryptocurrency could really play into our favor, if they ever try to go to like a Fed coin and they try to get rid of cash. That has been a big talk. I don't know if you guys have researched stuff like that ever before, right? But Fed coin has been discussed a lot. They've tried Fed coin types. They've launched trials in China to try out like a social currency, essentially. And so they read into like the social currency and stuff that was used. It's all based on, it's essentially like a cryptocurrency for the government, right? But they track it all. So check that stuff out. It's neat to read about, but they've discussed it, right? And one of the things they've discussed is getting rid of cash and making everything online, right? Everything trackable. And that can be very dangerous. And that's why I think cryptocurrency has such a good, cryptocurrency is such a good thing right now, is because now that everything, technology has advanced so far, especially in currency, right? Like think of credit cards. 25 years ago, that wasn't a thing. You know, we're using checks and cash and all that good stuff. But everything gets put on a credit card now. Everything's tracked on your online statements, through your bank account, all that stuff, right? Everything is online. Everything is accessible. Everyone can see it. Here's where that gets me. Say you want to hire the next door neighbor for 20 bucks to mow your lawn, but there's no cash. So how do you pay the next door neighbor? Well, now you have to send him money. Now the neighbor kid has a potential of getting taxed on that, or you have a potential of, hey, he needs to be an employee of some sort. There needs to be a 1099 filled out, workers' comp, all that stuff that gets messy when you're talking about having somebody work for you. Now, if there's no cash, so right now, right, your neighbor kid can come over, mow your lawn, you toss him a $20 bill. Okay, good. They get rid of cash. What's our options? Cryptocurrency. Send them $20 to crypto. You have to utilize certain platforms, right, so that you're not getting charged. So you got to use certain platforms to work around this. Send it to wallets and stuff like, right? So send it from one cold wallet. So say you put your money on a cold wallet, send it from a cold wallet to another cold wallet, right? That's a good way that the only transactions you're knowing are yours. So things like that are ways that you can take a decentralized currency and it's not regulated, right? Plain and simple, it's not regulated. That's what's important with it. So crypto, I think that is a massive, massive benefit. Okay, I'm not going to get into blockchain and how beneficial blockchain can be for a slew of different things, especially for voting. They've already done studies on that. Blockchain would get rid of voter fraud and all that stuff, and it would make voting 100% legitimate, right? I'm not going to get into that. That's another rabbit hole we can go down. That has had studies that would work great. So blockchain's great. I'm talking purely cryptocurrency. Where is the market going for cryptocurrency? Well, we're at a low point, okay? We've had 40% of the U.S., so 40% of the U.S. currency, money, the dollar, was pumped into our system in the last 2 years. So we have 40% more money into the system in the last 2 years. Where has a lot of that gone? If any of you are familiar with Reddit, you know a bunch of it has been going into cryptocurrency in the stock market. That's how you get such an inflated crypto and stock market, right? People are funding it like crazy. Now, where do we go with that, right? So we have an elevated stock market and cryptocurrency. Granted, right now, they're not that elevated. Both of them are pretty low right now. But we still have that money in circulation. That money still exists. That money we have to do something with. And guess what? The government's going to print more money because it's what they do. So we're getting more money. What do we do with it? Invest it. Why not put it into a new tool like cryptocurrency? So crypto is just going to get more and more funded. Then the more regulations we're getting on other currencies, the more regulations we're getting on things. Like right now, they just passed this law this year. It got into the 954 page, it was like 954 page bill that they passed for the COVID relief. In that bill so that it was part of the stimulus bill under the Biden administration. You now, if you receive more than $600 on any third-party payment source, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, any of those, Zella, right? You receive $600 or more throughout the whole year from somebody, you will get taxed on that. You will get a tax bill for that. You will get a 1099 for that. So a way around that is to send friends and family. They claim, right? They claim that's a way around it. I would not doubt if they still send you a tax bill for that, and then you have to refute it and explain why. You're going to have to go back through all your transactions. I've had to do this personally on other cryptos. The IRS sent me a $17,000 bill for crypto exchanges I did that were all false. I had to go back through all of my statements. We had my accountant had to send a letter to the IRS for them to be like, oh, okay, yep, you don't owe us actually. They had to go, but I had to go through there. I had to get the evidence. I had to have my accountant send it all back so that we could refute what they were claiming I owed. So I've had it happen firsthand, and this is why I'm very leery with trusting them. So you use friends and family. You receive $600, you receive $650 over the next year from your brother because you're on his phone bill, right? Let's go with that. You and your brother are on the same phone plan. And he sends you money every month, right? Okay, he sends you $650. Now, you then get a bill for $650 as income from him, okay? It wasn't true, so now you have to refute it and send in that like, hey, nope, this was actually friends and family, it was for a phone bill, whatever. The thing is, it's a hassle, it's annoying. What if the average Joe doesn't realize that and just pays that tax bill? He's paying unnecessary amounts of money, or they are paying unnecessary amounts of money. So already there's so much regulation on the dollar being sent, or whatever your currency is being sent to these third-party sites. So what if we have currency that's a little less trackable? I think that's a good thing. So the more regulation we're getting, right, I think cryptocurrencies are going to continue to increase. If they move over to a federal type of coin, if they start the social currency type of stuff, I think that's even more benefiting crypto. Getting into safer transactions online, I would not doubt to see more transactions coming from cryptos, which would make the market continue to increase. As the usability of some of these things get a little better, it gets a little safer, stuff like that. And safer in the fact that sending it to wallets and stuff, it doesn't get lost as easy, whatever it may be. I think as we progress, cryptos are going to continue going up. They've only been around for, I think, 13 to 14 years. But look at how much money is in the crypto market right now. I believe it's just going to keep going. But right now, where we're at, Bitcoin was at 43,000 and some today, right? 43,500-ish today. Okay. Bitcoin has been to 65-ish thousand, around 65,000. I believe Bitcoin will get at least back up to 65,000. I believe if you look at Ethereum and Litecoin, if you look at the more stable coins, right? I think the stable coins are good investments that as they progress, you're going to be safe. Okay, so Cardano, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Litecoin are a lot of the ones I do long-term for more stable. I do have a lot of, I have KCS and Sol and Matic, and I got a lot of other stuff, but the stable main coins that everyone knows, I'm going to leave it simple: Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, right? Everyone knows those three. Ethereum is at 2,900 today, and it's been up to 4,800. Okay, we can expect it to go at least back up to 4,800. Litecoin's been up to about 480. It's at like 110 right now. We can expect it to at least go back up to 480. I think a lot of these things are going to at least recover. I think they're going to have a higher projection. Do I think Bitcoin's going to double? Yes. Why I think it's going to double? The more money we print, the higher our market cap gets, right? So the more money we have in circulation. Right now, the reason Bitcoin can't keep going significantly is because it doesn't allow, the market cap can't be that big. If we only have $10 million or $10 trillion in circulation, Bitcoin can't have 5 trillion of that, right? Like Bitcoin can't be a $250,000 coin because the market cap would be like 5 trillion. You can't have, like, in our world, that wouldn't make sense, right? It doesn't work. But I think as we keep printing money, as inflation keeps increasing, as we tick that up, the whole market cap of like what the United States market cap is, then we'll be able to keep ticking up Bitcoin's market cap. We'll be able to keep ticking up all these other currencies' market cap, and that's where the increases in inflation go, right? So that's where I kind of see it coming. If that made sense, please throw in the comments if that didn't make sense, and I'd love to talk more on it and describe it more. But big thing, market cap, I think as regular inflation goes up, the market cap for currencies are going to be able to continue to follow with it, which that's where we'll get the $100,000 of Bitcoin, because inflation's going to go up that much, right? And if inflation's going up that much, there's that much more money in circulation. Well, that's more money that can go into Bitcoin. And since there's only a certain amount of Bitcoin, well, there we go. We got the price increase. So crypto market summed up. it's going to keep going. Every market's going to keep going, essentially. If there's a use for it, it's a new technology, it's an asset, it's going to keep increasing. It might take a couple years. Last time, the last time we saw markets were stabilized for cryptos back in 2019, they were stabilized for like a year and a half. They weren't really moving much for a year and a half. They were down, kind of floating around a medium low level for a year and a half before they went up. So I'm not saying crypto is going to go back to the moon this year. I think over time, though, you give it a couple years, no matter what, over a couple years, we're going to see an increase. I see the same thing with real estate. If you take and look at these assets and as holds, not if you're looking for quick gains in money, sure, do short-term trading on crypto, do a little short-term trading on crypto, short-term trading on stock market. If you're looking at that in real estate, do some flipping, good for you. But if you're looking for fast cash, go get a job, start a business, make some money, whatever. If you're looking at assets and investments, what's it going to look like in 10, 15, 20 years? It's going to go up. That's how it works. Look at real estate over the past 20 years. Look at almost every stock at the last 20 years. Look at Bitcoin 13 years ago. Look at most cryptocurrencies a few years ago. Everything goes up over time because of inflation and appreciation of assets and the usability of assets and things like that. So that's my take on crypto market, guys. I hope you like it. I hope you learned a thing or two. Comment down below if you'd like to learn more. Check us out on Tutors of Life on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all that good stuff. And check us out at tutorsoflife.com for our blog, and Tutors of Life on Spotify or anywhere for podcasts. Catch you guys later.